Welcome to Scythe Complete, the newest phase of quality assurance for iWire, and also a game. No, seriously, it'll be fun. So now players can go and take a look at different levels of the cell, and you guys can like collaborate to lock parts of the cell and redirect player energy to other more important areas of the cell. And to affect those ends, we now have an incredible new UI, and you can go and I'm losing it. So, so now you can go and so you can complete and uncomplete either parents, children, or single cubes. You can go and I'm trying to remember this now. There's also Show Me, which is so you can see your current progress as you on a cell. It's like an extra heat map, but it actually goes over every heat map.
So basically, if you want to see what areas you Scythe completed or something, and you hit Show Me, it highlights everything that you had Scythe completed, which is kind of cool, and that means that you don't have to go and try and Scythe complete and lock your stuff again. You can just wait for someone else.
Yeah, you can figure out where you've been in this cell.
Yeah, it's super. It's cool. It's useful.
I love Show Me.
There's also Show Me You. I'm actually not sure that'll be useful for players or not.
No, that just helps us.
Okay, maybe we'll see. But you can see what other people have done, or
where other people have done.
Actually, you can see. Yeah, you can see what other people have done.
We'll show you later.
I'll show you later. but let me think. There's a few other things that are changes. So now there's single click in order to select cubes. That also applies within a cube when you want to select the parents and child to jump to. And I have like a whole list.
Well, we can. Let's do a screen share.
Yeah, let's do a screen share.
Yeah. All right. Some people are joining in now.
Will looks like he needs some sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's lunchtime.
I need to talk so I don't fall asleep.
Will's looking great.
I'm great.
What are you talking about? Down in the corner. Occasionally you'll see my hands.
All right.
No, you're too far away.
Let's screen share.
So first, let's show them how to get rid of the boxes first.
Okay. So when you first open up your lovely screen here, let me just make this slightly bigger. We can get rid of stuff in the overview now. So you can click this arrow on the left side, and that's going to remove the Start Playing
And just in case
window.
You can't see, like there's a teeny tiny little arrow up there above the Start Playing button. It's tiny. Bring it back.
And now you can bring it back by just clicking the right-facing arrow again.
And same thing with the Eminent iWire scoreboard.
So I'm going to hide the leaderboard now.
So
and I can easily bring it back when I desire.
Boxes be gone.
Yeah, so this is great if you're reaping on a small laptop, if you're doing a hunt, or just like it's awesome to use if you're on a smaller screen, basically. I know, especially when we do competitions, the leaderboard can stretch out hugely, so this will be very nice.
All right, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up just the Scythe Vision heat map here. And this
also, new hotkey, 1.
Oh, yes. I can also do this.
Yeah, so you guys can hit the 1 key on your keyboard, and it will actually bring up the heat map.
If you hit 2, it'll bring up the new low weight heat map, which shows you where current levels of weight are. And then if you hit 3, that brings up your creative heat map. And does 4 bring you up none? No.
That should be. Wait, did you?
0 is
0.
It brings up none.
Yeah,
overview.
None, yes.
Yeah.
So,
also, subconfidence has been removed because nobody knew what that was.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to bring up Scythe Vision, and we all know the new color scheme in the Scythe Vision, so you can easily hide that now as well. Get rid of that box by clicking the radio button in your settings tab. And it will no longer show the heat map legends for you in any of the heat maps now.
And look at that, a beautiful clean screen with nothing in the way to keep you away from your neurons.
Yes, it's very nice.
Reach out and touch it.
Yeah. And we can reach out and actually touch it with only 1 click of the left click mouse button and select a cube.
So to be clear, guys, you don't have to hit shift click. Shift is now a new command, and I know this is going to take a little bit of getting used to. I keep on hitting Shift, click, and then swearing under my breath. But Marissa, show them what Shift does.
So Shift will bring up the shiny new Scythe toolbar here for you guys.
And if you are a scout, it's going to look a little bit different for you, but it's going to be the same basic idea.
Yeah.
Okay? So instead of complete or incomplete for the scythes, we have C and U. And these are eventually going to be little icons, but we got too excited and wanted to give you guys the new interface before we had our icons done. But the little arrows, let's show them what these are.
All right. So let's pick a pretty kind of visual area here.
Okay. So the little icons above the C and the U. The upper one with the 3 little diamonds, that is children. So that's many, and the one below is parent. Okay.
It's still many, but it's only the parents.
Yeah, but it's the parents. It's like one from many.
Yeah. Can you just hover over them to show them that they can like always see what they do?
So if you hover over the H, it'll bring up and you can see highlight. You can show me
with the hotkey.
Oh, with the hotkey.
It tells you what the hotkeys are, guys.
And then complete, and then incomplete, and inspect. And then you can also you hover over the parent and child buttons here, and you can see the hotkey as well for each of these commands. So in addition to the Shift key bringing in and out that window, you can also use the square box down here next to your gear wheel, and that'll also bring that up as well. The handy thing is you can grab this box and move it around anywhere on your screen which you so desire. So if you really don't like seeing people in chat, you can block out chat now. Or you can just move it into a better area. All right.
Oh, and you don't have to hit the hotkeys at the same time. It's just the sequence. And so it's C then up, or C then C, or C then down.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I know I personally am not going to be using the hotkeys right away. I'm going to be getting used to just the new interface and using the icons first, and then I'm going to start moving to hotkeys. So if you're having a little trouble keeping track of stuff, you might want to try out doing that first. Because it's a little bit different. It's cool. For instance, you can now complete just one cube.
All right. So if I want to say complete this lovely cube here,
so lovely.
I can go ahead and hit the complete button.
And so what she did was she hit the C button. She didn't hit the children or the parent button. She just hit the C button. You can also hit CC. So if you hit it on your keyboard, Marissa.
CC. And then if I click off that cube, you can see that it's now this lovely Scythe complete. Lavender.
And because it's only been done by one Scythe, Blades R Us, it's going to be the light purple. When another Scythe comes in and Scythe completes it, it's going to turn the darker purple.
Yeah, so once again, if I brought up the HEMAT Legends, you can see the shades of purple down here for the complete votes. So lighter means 1 vote, middle means 2 votes, and the darker purple means admin has been there.
And so just, you know how when admins mark a branch purple, it locks it from being played? Now when you guys have 2 Scythes who vote something is complete, it's also going to be locked from the other players, which is awesome. So we're giving you guys some more power. Use it wisely.
Let's say that I've decided that the rest of this branch is complete. So I'm going to go ahead and use the complete and up command here. Of course, I hit the wrong thing. Up. And that's completed the rest of the children there using this button. If I want to say that the parents are complete, then I would use the parent button down here. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to cause any error. Let's say that as you can see kind of here, there's a cube at the end here that's obviously still growing. So let's say that I made a mistake and I was like, oh, actually this branch isn't complete. Then what I'm going to do, you just saw me do a shift click actually. I'm going to uncomplete the children for this. So I'm going to hit the uncomplete children button. That gets rid of that for you. All right.
One thing that you guys should notice is that if you have a live chat connection, then you'll actually, if you were to just like leave your computer alone for a while, you would see all this stuff appear in real time.
Okay, yeah, so before we've had issues where we had to keep people working on different areas of the cell at the same time, otherwise it'll update for Nesserif, but it won't update for Aldo. Now it's going to be updating in real time in the overview, so you guys can all work on the same cell at the same time if you so desire. And you're not going to be stepping on toes as much. So that's also a really cool upgrade that has been put in.
Yeah.
That does rely, so that'll only work so long as your chat connection is live. So if your chat is disconnected for some reason, you won't be seeing any live updates either.
And that doesn't mean like chat is silence. That means it says in the chat, lost connection to chat server or something like that, which you guys happen from time to time. So should we show them the data?
Yep. All right. So let's say I think that this cube has a problem in it, and I want to inspect it, but I can look at it just from the outside here in this data corner under cube, and it'll show me that the ID number, then it'll tell me the weight. So it is editable because it's at weight 3, right? There's 9 children. There's 39 parents. No one has Scythe completed this cube because there's 0 out of 2 votes, meaning that's how many people have said yes, this cube is complete as a Scythe.
Well, technically, it's the sum of all the up and down votes on it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, but there's currently 0 votes that this branch is complete.
Yes.
And then we have status or assignable yes.
Yeah.
Which means that it can still be played by people. So it's not frozen, it's not reaped, it's not complete, it's still playable.
Yeah. Then it tells me how many traces have been done on this. That includes
the people who suck, who don't get a weight on this.
Yeah, so that includes our 0.1 weights. And then we have our parent task here listed in case you have a merger that's going to be assistive in figuring out where that branch is from.
Ooh, I forgot to make those highlightable.
Okay, so they're not highlightable currently, but Will's going to fix that for us in a GIF.
Yeah, and then it also lists the child tasks as well from this cube, which is very useful. As you can see, there's a little nub on one side here that isn't highlighted in this cube, so it's probably like a side neighboring branch here.
Yeah, side parent.
Yeah.
Step parent.
Yeah.
So it's useful to have all these, and this is actually going to make the admin's job a little easier when we're freezing cells and splitting stuff to make sure that we get good splits for you guys.
So I'm just going to jump over onto this this orange Scythe cube here, and
let's say
click on the players here, and you can see that this cube has been scythed by 2 players already, by Lottery Discounts and Derek Sims. And then it also lists in white below it everyone who has submitted and played this cube ever.
Yeah, so even if you are a scout or a scythe and you play this cube, your name will show up in white. But if you scythed or scouted it, your name will show up in yellow or orange. And so this is also really useful. And eventually we might be able to move the scouts log into something.
Try picking a red one.
So if we click a red one, you can see that Grim Reaper has completed it in purple, and he's also scythed this here in red. That means that Grim's been there, or one of his faithful minions, meaning admins, have been there and have edited that cube as such. It also shows, again, the players listed below. So that's kind of cool data information for you guys. Let's go back to this cube real quick here. And let's say I really want to inspect it. There's something wrong in it. I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter, and then it'll take me right into the cube. Or I could hit
the button that says I.
Yep. And then everything else is normal as it appears in here as needed. So this is actually a fine cube with no errors. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to overview. All right. So I think that covers most of the buttons, right?
Okay,
oh,
so...
show me.
Let us show you. So you see the button that says S. This is show me. There's also a toggle for it, but let's just hit...
So
that doesn't work. You haven't done anything.
I haven't done anything.
Here, go complete that branch.
Let me just...
So Blazer Us is going to temporarily complete a big branch for us, just to help us out.
All right. So we're just going to complete all these children here.
Right, okay, so go ahead and hit Show Me.
If I should hit Show Me right now.
So see how it highlighted that in bright pink?
Yeah.
So let's talk about why this would be useful. Let's say that Nesserif has completed half a cell with Scythe complete, and that lottery discounts has done the other half. To be able to lock the branches, they both need to go over and lock each other's branches, right? You need 2 Scythe votes to lock it, so they have to both lock each branch. But it can be kind of hard to tell just from sight who'd already done which branches, and you don't want to have to keep track of this. So if you hit the Show Me button, Nesserif can see, oh, I did all of these branches with Scythe Complete. Now I'm going to be able to go and Scythe Complete the ones that Lottery discounted as well and actually lock these branches. So this way you don't have to click on it and see, like, if you did each branch. It's a lot easier this way because we can just do it visually. And you can just leave it up while you work as well.
And as you can see, my name is now in the players list here in that lavender color, showing that I did Scythe Complete that branch.
So let's uncomplete it because we haven't actually checked it.
All right, so...
Okay.
And
then Show Me does stay on, so you have to turn it off.
So then if I do Show Me You, it's not...
Yeah, I guess we should make that update work.
It does work. It shows where other people have been.
So the other aspect of that button, guys, is it's a 3-way toggle, so it has 3 positions: off, Show Me, and Show Me You. And so Show Me You is the bright blue color that we have on the screen right now.
Yeah.
And this is what other people have completed. So this is what other Scythes have completed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Not admins.
Not admins, just Scythes. So admins are always purple, Scythes are going to be blue.
So let's say I'll turn the Show Me vision off, and you can see that those branches that were highlighted in blue are indeed lavender.
Oh, wow, you guys already had it.
Yeah,
So,
well, we've kind of been doing it before.
Yeah.
But so this is really useful for the admins as well because of the way that we work on completing stuff. So we're going to be using this a lot. So any questions so far? And you might want to go ahead and talk in Scouts chat so we can see you.
Okay.
I see Nesserif is trailblazing away on some cell, but any questions, type at us.
We can also explain the new point system in the profile.
So that's actually very important. So let me explain the point system. So once you bring a profile for somebody who has some significant, like say, so Nesserif, for instance.
Let's go click on Nesserif.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me bring the leaderboard back.
So some of the stuff that you've done has actually been grandfathered in.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Wow is right. So, I forget where those...
Yeah, so you guys will notice that in your profiles, you have 2 new columns if you are scouting a Scythe. You have the Scythe column and the completed. So the Scythe column is going to be in both Scythe and Scout profiles. And what that is every cube that you have flagged or Scythe is going to be recorded in here. And those are all grandfathered in?
Yes.
Okay, so those
except for Scouts, because before we weren't tracking who did what, but now from this point forward, Scouts will start earning Scythe points.
Okay, so all of the cubes that have been Scythe have been grandfathered in. Unfortunately, we couldn't grandfather in the cubes that had been scouted, but going forward, you guys are going to get credit for each one that you did. So what these points are is each cube that you guys have scouted or Scythed. And you can see that over the long history, Nesserif has Scythed nearly 15,000 cubes. Today, it looks like he's done 21. All right, so that's how that works, pretty basic. The completed is a little bit different. What this does is it shows you how many branches, how many cubes you've actually completed. But the trick is you don't get credit until we either complete the cell, an admin completes over it, and that will update at midnight. Okay? So if we mark a cell complete before midnight, you guys will get credit for everything that you completed that was correct. If we undo something you did, you don't get credit for that, and that's to help prevent people going a little crazy and maybe getting tempted to cheat to get some of those completed points. And then the other thing is it will update at midnight each day with the stuff that you did the previous day that we deemed correct.
And to be clear, the window for points awarding is from 11 p.m. the previous day to 11 p.m. The next day.
Yeah, but the points will update at midnight. So anything you do between 11 p.m. and 11 p.m. the next day will go into you at midnight.
That is, the admins have a grace period of an hour to find any tricky business. So.
Exactly. And so you guys are going to start getting, you'll get your first set of points if you complete stuff tonight at midnight. And we can't grandfather in what you guys did before with that. So anything you completed in the past, it was out of the goodwill of your heart. But now,
it was for science.
Yeah.
And eventually there will be badges for the Scythe as well.
Yes.
So eventually we're gonna have badges. We have to wrangle a graphic designer, but we're working on that. I hear laughter in the background.
Laughter in the foreground.
So what about this? Do we have any questions?
We did in chat here.
Question we have?
So there is a handy thing, as we mentioned, when the Scythe points get updated. That's 11 p.m. Midnight EST time, and there you can see what time it is at HQ by clicking on the question mark, and you will see that HQ local time is listed underneath your hotkey menu here.
It's both in a 12-hour and 24-hour format.
Okay. So that'll be helpful for competitions too. No more excuses to miss the marathon by sleeping through it.
Yes, and everyone has this available to them, so even newbies and trainees will have this. So that way, if they have any questions about time zones.
So any more questions, guys? Or any questions at all?
The Scythe complete. Say that a Scythe completes a branch on Monday and an admin completes it on Friday, then he'll get the points on Saturday, or is it Monday or nothing?
Actually,
so
yes.
there's two ways to get the points, Nessara. So so let's say you complete 10 cubes today, okay, Nessara?
Yeah.
I complete if I don't do something to your branch by midnight, if I don't uncomplete it, you're getting those points on Monday, okay?
Oh, okay.
So basically, so long as you have positively upvoted that part of the cell, and it's part of the cell at the very end, at the end of a scoring period, then you'll get points for it. Or if you So even if an admin doesn't complete over it at some point, when they complete the cell, you'll get the points. Mm-hmm. If they complete over it prior to cell completion, at 12 p.m., you'll get points for it.
12 a.m.
12 a.m.
Sorry, 12 a.m.
Okay, so...
But here's the other thing. But they can also, if they see that a bridge is clearly wrong, we also have a nuke button that will score everything on the bridge as 0 and reset all the values for it, so that people can start voting again.
So the admin nuke button doesn't take away traces, it just takes away all of the surface level stuff. So the scything, the flagging, the completing.
Only the completing.
Mm-hmm. But so once again, Nesser, if you complete 10 cubes, and I say 8 of them are correct, but 2 of them weren't actually complete, and I uncomplete those 2, at midnight, you would get those 8 points, okay? Now, if I happen to complete the cell earlier, like let's say at 6 p.m. I decide the cell is correct and complete and totally done, at 6 p.m. you're going to get those points. So there's 2 ways that you guys can get scoring, but by midnight of the day you do it, you will get your points for that. Okay?
Yeah. So second question on that. We haven't tested it yet because obviously we haven't had the locking of the Scythe complete, but say that there's a merger, for some reason we can't remove it, and in order for it not to grow, we go in with Scythe, we lock it in with Scythe completed, and then the players can't play the children, and at least it doesn't grow until an admin or Scythe remove it. Then they remove it, so we just don't get any points for it, but we don't get any penalty either.
So we actually hadn't thought about that, but that's a good point. You wouldn't get points for that, but you would have my eternal gratitude, and you would be doing the science well. Something about that, though, is if it's a big merger that is just sort of auto-spawning, locking the branch is not the same as freezing it. So by you guys completing it, as long as it's still growing because it's hitting the cube wall, that's not going to stop it, but it will be able to stop people from playing on it, which would, again, be useful.
Yeah, it would redirect people's energies to more fruitful regions.
Yeah, and if there was like a really bad merger, I suppose if you guys had to, you could do that to an entire cell, and it would just lock them from being able to play on that cell at all until we'd fixed it. And then we'd pretty much have to nuke the completes on it. But
just hitting the wall and, keep auto spawning, then we can just remove the seed, and that's that. And
Yeah, you guys can do that as well. Like sometimes it's really tricky though. I know. Every once in a while, there's just a merger that just doesn't seem to be coming out of anywhere.
Yeah. Don't forget, what's admin's nuke? Something you can still get points later. It just sort of resets the playing field.
Yeah, you just have to do it twice.
You can start. Yeah, you can start voting again.
Okay. So, any questions from anybody else, or more questions from Nesseref? That's also welcome.
I think that I'm covered for now, but you know.
Okay. Well, you said we'll be okay, so feel free to hit us with more questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice. Now go work on that shortcut for the unfinished. It's less work. You know. Mouse can remain on the 2D.
All right. Well, 117 and 121, both very good candidates for using your new powers today, guys.
Oh, we will. Just wait until Andrea and Ariel.
Let's figure out
You'll see them screaming in Scout's chat.
Okay, and we have one more mystery to put up, and then it's back to some lightnings, I think, guys. So just FYI, we got to knock a couple mysteries out.
Yeah.
All right.
You sound so excited.
Oh, hey.
Hey, the next versus competition is going to be cube based, so then there's no excuse for not doing mysteries.
Cube based? Oh, okay. That's gonna be fun.
Okay.
All right. Okay, since we're not seeing any more questions from everyone, we'll sign off for now. And as always, we'll see you online on iWire.
Adios.
Give us any feedback. Send it to support.
Good feedback.